What is going on, guys? Monk7Mad here today with my 8k subscriber contest results, and this has been incredibly difficult to judge. So in today's video I'm going to be just showing you the top 3 winners and 4 of my honorary mentions, and each of you that get mentioned in this video will be getting contacted by me over the next couple of days so you can get some of your prizes. I was really surprised by the quality of some of the work that was submitted. I've really struggled to try and choose who goes where, but I think I'm finally set on the 7 here. If you didn't come in amongst the top 7, please don't feel bad. I really had to struggle. I moved people in and out of the top 5, top 6 so many times. I must have rearranged it about 20-30 times. I got stuck trying to narrow down about 28 different entries, and it's really tough, but I'm not just judging this entirely on the final image, I'm also judging on how it was made, the actual styling, so how unique it is, how clear the image is, and of course there's my own personal taste. So these are just my opinions. I know some of you may disagree, but you know, I don't want anyone to start going, oh, well, he should have won, he should have come third or something. This is just my opinions, and since it's my contest, that's how I'm going to judge it. If you guys have a different opinion, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to put the 7 people I have here in the description, so you can go and check out their channels. So, without further ado, in 7th place, or my 4th honorary mention, is Grim Graphics HD with this piece here. And the reason I really like this is because it's very unusual to see a background which is dark and the actual foreground logo which is dark. It's not often at all I'll see any background like this with a nice white kryptonite effect, chains. It's really striking, really bright, stands out, really contrasting, which is great. If I'm going to have to suggest any improvements that would have made it possibly go higher, it would be possibly to change the font. I don't think the font is very suited. I think the texture in here could have been changed a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty striking. I mean, if there was a little bit more colour in the background, maybe a bit more of a gradient or something, then, you know, maybe it would have been higher. But either way, if you're in the top 7, I think you've done a remarkable job and definitely deserve to be congratulated. So, well done to you. The 3rd honorary mention, 6th place, is Carlo Black. Now, this would have been probably a bit higher up had there been a few things changed with it. I think that, you know, the idea of the landscape, etc. is brilliant. I mean, the quality isn't 100%. I think they could have been improved, but I think overall I like the idea, which is what sort of pushed it up into the top 7 for me. Because I've been doing a lot of scenery videos, and I think this has sort of taken some of that and has been applied with its own sort of style. I think if I had to make some comments for improvements, it would be whether Nitro Blast or Throwsy has been here. You know, that's too steep. It's just completely dropped off or has been deleted. I think I would have liked to have seen it a bit more gradual, so it's not just broken directly. It would have been cracked, sunken in a bit, then perhaps a bit missing, then sort of working back up. So it sort of goes, instead of being just drop, it might be just sort of a circle. We got sort of crack up here, crack up there, and then the split bit in the middle. Also, I think the atom array, you know, I think that should have been broken. If these bits are broken, the atom array definitely should have been. But I guess to keep the actual logo quite obvious to what it is, I think that's probably what's been done. Also, I think it's a little bit too bright up here. I think maybe if that was toned down a little bit, then, you know, that would have been a bit nicer as well. But in general, you know, a really nice piece, and I really like it. The 2nd place honorary mention is I'm Nesk. And, you know, the reason this one got so well placed is the render. I think this render is stunning. You know, whenever I was looking through the actual images, this one kept standing out to me. And the only reason I didn't place it high was I think the background could have done with a little bit more. I think the background's a little bit simple. I mean, the fact that I can see the actual render having been duplicated and just having the opacity turned down, it's not blurred or anything, it's still quite obvious that's what's happened. So, you know, for me it's not quite as a unified piece as I would have wanted in the top sort of 3. But I really like the render. I think the colour choices, etc. are really, really great. I love how this has been scattered out. I think it's really clear. The texture on it is brilliant. And, you know, it just stands out, so I really like it, so well done. My first place honourable mention, which is 4th place overall, was BioArts HD. Now, this one was actually in the top 3 for quite a while. And the only reason I've actually ended up moving out ever so slightly was because I think it's just the chromatic abrasion is just too much. It's just a little bit too hard for me to focus on. I love the idea. I think the grunge in the atmosphere is fantastic. And it definitely would have been in the top 3rd. In the top 3. Had this been a little bit brighter and the chromatic abrasion had been toned down a little bit. You know, I love how it was made. I think the texturing is brilliant. Again, as I said, the atmosphere is fantastic. But that chromatic abrasion, it's a little bit too strong for me. It makes it a little bit hard for me to actually properly look at it. I mean, I can see it nice and close here, but when it was a bit smaller, as in to place it on an actual banner, it was just that little bit out of place for me. But still, a fantastic effort. And a very, very well done. Okay, so the top 3. These got shifted around so many times. In 3rd place we have GFX. I absolutely love the lighting on this. I think the blue is really striking. The logo is really obvious. I mean, if it was a little bit bigger, then that might have been a bit better. But it's very unique to see this. It's sort of got some tentacles of some sort stemming off to its own little, almost like little pad with letters on it. And that's really nice. I've not seen anything like that before. I think if it had a little bit different texture on the pad, it would have been a little bit better. But I absolutely love this blue here. It just makes it really striking. I think it's a really nice image. Really clear. I like the atmosphere. I think it's quite subtle, quite simple. Which is what I personally particularly like. So, you know, I mean, it's just a really great piece. It stood out to me from the start when I saw it. And it's made it into my top 3, so well done to you. Now, the top 2, and these had been swapping around back and forth for absolutely ages. About 3 days I've been trying to place these, and I think, hopefully I've made the right decision with my own opinion. I mean, this is all my opinion. In 2nd place, it's Sinks. I think it's I'm Sinksable or something like that. Yeah. Sinks. I love this image. I think it's brilliant. I love the colour. I think the blue, really deep blue, is fantastic. And against the orange, it contrasts so well. You know, it's really subtle, really together. Great choice of textures. Really nice lighting. I think the only reason it didn't make it to 1st was just it's a little bit, the perception angle on it is just a little bit too much. If it was tilted perhaps another 5-10 degrees back, then definitely. I think also the texture, if it was a little bit softer, it would have been absolutely spectacular. But I absolutely love the piece, and I'm really nitpicking when I say any changes to this. I absolutely love this piece. I just, there's not really much I can say is wrong with it at all. It's just really great. So well done. Really well done. Now in 1st place is Visor. Now, this to me has just stood out throughout the whole thing between these two. It was between these two, but this one I think just has the edge. It's just so crisp. The quality on it is so crisp, and it's so simple. I know the tentacle effect is quite common, But it's not really about that as such. There's several things about this that sort of for me really worked in terms of what I would want as a background. The atmosphere, although not quite as effective as this one, you know, I think it works really well with the image. I think there could have been a little bit more bits and pieces in it, but overall I think this is not very crowded, which is great. The fact that I can see the leaves so clear is absolutely tremendous. I think the texturing is brilliant. I love the lighting on it. Just in general, it's a fantastic piece. And therefore, I think it was deserving of my #1 spot. So, they are my top 7. And I'm going to be getting in contact with you 7 in the next couple of days with your prizes. Again, I just want to thank everybody who has submitted an entry. And I'm sorry if it didn't make it into the top 7. Please don't feel disheartened. There will be another contest at some point if you guys are interested. Maybe we'll try and beef the prizes up a little bit more by then as well. But in general, I think the submissions overall fantastic. So, well done guys. Thank you for entering my contest. I hope you enjoy the top 7. The links for their channels are in the description. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to suggest your own personal favourites of these, go ahead. I'm not going to change the results. These are just my opinions. It's not like I've got a team of people to go, yeah, this one, that one. Everyone's going to have their own judgment on who should go where. But, you know, that's just the way it goes. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy. I'll be uploading again soon. So, take care, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, guys. Thanks.